And we're back. Welcome back, everyone. It is Saturday, May 2nd. Day blah, blah, blah of quarantine, week blah, blah, blah of quarantine. Who the hell even knows? April literally flew by, but it seemed like March, for some reason, just kept dragging on. But the month of April, when you spend 30 days at home, I guess, just tends to fly by. And so now we're in May. For those of you graduating from college, graduate school, high school soon, especially semester school systems, congratulations, you're almost there. Us here at Pepperdine, we're almost there too. For a few of us and for a few of the summer grads or spring grads, I'm very proud of you for going through your accomplishments and everything like that, and can't wait to see what you're all doing. Today we have Fidel and we have Tim. What's up?
Not much. I'm pretty good.
What's up, Tim? This is not your first time on the podcast. This is actually his second time.
Yeah, Tim was our first guest.
So there's that.
Yeah.
Right? Tim was our first guest. When I was apparently at, what did you call it, Fidel?
I don't remember. The Jones brother, I don't remember. It was something dumb.
So I went to a Jonas Brothers concert, but Fidel apparently called it something different.
Okay. It was a Jonas Brothers concert, though?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't listen to their music personally, so I don't know what they're about.
Yeah. I grew up really watching them because I really liked their music for some reason. It just kind of brought me back. And that was my second time actually seeing them because I saw them once at the Hollywood Bowl. And that was my first time ever at the Hollywood Bowl. And then I saw them once at the Forum as well.
Oh, very nice.
When they came back. So
yeah, I haven't been to a concert since I was in high school, I want to say. It was an Elton John concert I went to with my mom.
Elton John.
Elton, that's a good concert though.
Yeah.
And I really liked the album he was promoting, so I bought it. It still lives in my car to this day.
I love the way that he plays the piano is just very soothing. Don't know why. I mean, because I play piano, but just sometimes listening to him, it's very hard to imitate or mimic.
Well, and I'm not really musically inclined myself, so I have no chance of ever you could put the worst piano player down in front of me, and I'd be like, I don't know how they do it. What?
Yeah, it's interesting how he's been able to kind of do that. I don't know. I've stopped listening to him, but I don't know what. I mean, is he still active? What's going on with him? I don't know.
He retired from touring, now that I think of it.
Yeah, I think it was 2 years ago. He did his final concert because one of my friends, she actually saw him and I saw a picture she showed me. She actually bought some really good tickets. She went to Europe to see him, I think. And it was his...
Crazy.
Yeah, so I'm sure they dropped a nice shiny penny on that ticket. But I do remember, I don't know if he came back, which I doubt because of the whole COVID, but it was around 2 years ago. It was his last tour.
Interesting. I think, wasn't my dad or someone told me a fun fact about him that whenever he tours, he brings his own piano.
Oh, nice.
That's pretty neat.
He legit gets his grand piano shipped. I don't know. I heard that for some reason, but...
In Vegas, there's $1 million piano in Vegas that is lights up and shit like that.
Really?
Yeah, and he played it one time, I think.
Oh, wow. Why is it?
Or I'm making things up. I don't know.
That lights up. The $1 million piano.
Yeah.
So I looked it up right now.
That's one benefit about doing it via Zoom. We can actually share the screen now.
But apparently this was the name of his concert tour.
Oh, the $1 million piano?
After the red piano. Oh, okay. The red piano.
Dude, if we go down Wikipedia, we're going to be there the entire podcast.
I know, let's not. Right, so that's interesting. Okay. All right. Sounds... That's weird.
But you were saying you were switch gears a little bit. You were saying you were learning French, Jock?
I was. So I took French in high school. And then now that I'm not really doing a whole lot, I was like, I might as well just pick something up again. And yeah, I started learning French again. I found it very enjoyable. I thought I was not going to be able to recall a whole lot of things because I did take 4 years of it. But I'm using Duolingo, and I guess I took a practice test because I was like, okay, I know a little bit. I still know how to say je parle français, but I didn't know how much I speak French or or je ne parle pas français, or I don't speak French, but I don't remember to the extent of how much I can really recall it, and so I took the practice test, and it basically bumped me up a whole entire level. I started off a level.
Oh, nice. Congrats.
So maybe I do know a good amount still of what I learned. I definitely want to be more fluent. I want to be more fluent to the point where I can converse rather than write and speak eloquently. because I think that's honestly more important than formally doing stuff. I don't know, like
Yeah.
and I don't think I can do that. I don't think I can do that with like online programs such as Duolingo still, but hopefully it'll bring me to a point where I can at least understand and then start to adapt, if I were to ever go to it.
Actually, you can't really do this right now, obviously, but I've heard that one of the best ways to actually learn a language is to just get the fundamentals down and then actually immerse yourself with speakers.
Yeah.
So I would say go to France.
Yeah, I've been wanting to go to France. And the thing is that, see, I want to travel, but I've had, for some reason, I've had no interest in going to Europe for some reason, except for France. And I've had no interest in going to Paris either. For some reason, I kind of want to go to Marseille, which is like the south. Like it's like I'm probably gonna get screwed for this, but it's like from what I see, it's like the Santorini of France. But like it looks really cool. That's why.
Yeah, go to like French countryside. That sounds amazing.
But I've had like no desire to like go to Europe for some reason. But I just remember learning it, and so I thought it would be something good to pick up, and at least I wasn't starting off on scratch again.
Do you speak any other languages?
I speak Tagalog, which is like the native language of the Philippines.
Oh, very, very good.
Yeah.
Whenever someone tells me they speak Tagalog, a lot of the time, because I'm so ignorant and white, I'm like, "You speak Tagalog? What?"
Tagalog. At least you're not the one. At least you're not the person that says you speak Filipino.
Oh my gosh! Just like Chinese.
It's Mandarin.
It's the worst thing.
Myself is ignorant and silly, which you guys probably already knew.
Very good. Very good.
But actually, one of the best ways to learn a language, and this is done the way when the Mormon missionary or the LDS Church, the way they send out their missionaries is they have them in the missionary training center train for 2 weeks in a language, and then they just immediately send them off to wherever they're on their mission. And that's a great way to learn a new language. Just get the fundamentals down over a couple of weeks, and then you're immersed in actually using the language all the time with native speakers. Yeah.
Maybe we shall see. What if it happens after all of this? Probably not.
The other languages, Tim, do you know the other languages?
No, man. When I was a kid, I lived in Australia for like 5 years. So I know the Australian dialect, but that's not a different language. Anyone can pick up because the differences are kind of minor between Australian English and American English. So it's not like.
How was Australia?
I mean, it was good. It's like 5 years of my life.
But did you go?
I'd ever go to Australia. I heard y'all spiders are fucking big.
Oh yeah, I heard the same. I was about to ask that.
Let's see. I was kind of an indoor kid, and I didn't do fun things like go hunt spiders. There were cockroaches really bad in both the houses we lived in, and like they were flying cockroaches too.
Oh, that's nasty. Were they big or were they those small ones?
Holy shit.
What, no, like 3 inches? Well, that looks like 3 inches. Oh, that's disgusting. No.
Dang. So, okay. That's huge. Yeah. I don't know if I'd ever go there.
That's disgusting.
Everyone's just like, oh, I really want to go to Australia. And it's like, oh, yeah, it looks pretty. But I heard all fucking insects are really big over there. And I'm not about that. So that's probably like my deal breaker, honestly.
You're talking about if you went to like the bush or the outback or something. I don't know. I feel like it's not as bad as that.
Did you ever go to the outback?
I don't remember. Yeah, like very like touristy stuff with my family once or twice. I mean, that's not like the touristy stuff is never like the day-to-day stuff of a place. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, it's different. Yeah, it's like when I first moved to LA. It's like, I guess like I would visit LA, a good amount of times before I moved here. But yeah, obviously it was completely different. And then I actually started living here, and now it's like, well.
Yeah, it's like when people do the touristy stuff in LA, they do like Griffith Park and Disneyland. But if you really want to know what it's like to live in LA, just sit on the 405 for 2 hours.
Exactly. Exactly. I did that. I did that all throughout grad school. I commuted from Woodland Hills to West LA, but
Oh my God, that's a rough commute, dude.
Yeah, I know I could have just gone to the Encino campus, but all my friends are in West LA, and I didn't want to. I really didn't want to. I ended up taking an Encino class this semester, or no, spring semester, 2 Encino classes, because I was like, I might as well just try it out. Yeah, and I still didn't like it. So props to West LA, because their campus is way nicer. The parking is a lot bigger. They have electric vehicle chargers there, which is nice because I need those. And then it's just more open, and everything that you need at West LA, everything that you would need for school is already at West LA. Whereas like at Encino, you'd either have to go to West LA to get something like the bookstore, or get something shipped or something like that. So, and just the people, for some reason, I don't know why, but the people at West LA are a little bit more down to earth than the ones at Encino, like the students at Encino.
Interesting.
And the professors, I hated the professors. I did not like the professors at Encino.
Like, there are a couple of professors at the West LA campus that have a bit of a reputation, and I was a little wary about taking them, but I took them anyway, and it worked out fine. I don't know how I was going with that. It's just a fact.
Yeah, I don't know. And I guess we're in 2 different programs, so I don't know.
Oh, are you an MA?
I'm MA. I'm MEP. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm on the MFT track.
Same. Josh is a MFT right here. I don't know. It's like 2 worlds when it comes to the campuses. That's what I always get. Like,
well, yeah, and then you go to the Malibu campus, and then you're like,
I've never been to the Malibu campus, and
dude,
it's beautiful, and you can get in anytime.
I know, but like, people are. I have no. I don't really have an inclination to go see it. And people, when I tell them I'm at Pepperdine, they're like, "Oh my God, the campus is so beautiful," and I'm like, "I've never been there."
Exactly.
You should go, not right now, but you should go when it opens up again. You should just go study there for a while, or get the library. It's really nice. They have their own Starbucks inside.
Really?
Yeah, I've been there maybe 3-4 times, and they have their own Starbucks inside the library. You could just order whatever, go study. You could study while seeing the ocean, because it's on the top for the graduate school. Nice. Yeah, for the graduate level.
The Payson Library?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but see, I'm worried that now that I'm in my 30s, that if I go there, I'll just be that creepy older guy hanging around a college campus.
I did it. I've gone to it.
Aren't you still in your 20s, Fidel?
I just turned 30.
he just exited out of the 20s.
Yeah.
Literally like a month ago, just exited out of his 20s.
Yeah. Mine was a slow, quiet one.
I feel like I'm rubbing so much salt in the wound right now. Oh my God.
I mean, I'm freshly minted out of college. I'm 2 years out of college. I'm 2 years out of undergrad. So.
Oh, you're a baby.
I know. And I don't know if I can handle undergrads anymore, but yeah, that campus is beautiful. I think you should definitely go make the time to go see it. Like, just go drive up, because where do you live? West LA?
Ish. Like, I'm kind of in I'm in Mid City, which is a little north of Culver City.
Yeah. Okay. So you just hop on the 10, take the PCH up, go to what is it? What's Malibu Canyon Road? And then it'll be right there. You might as well get lunch at like the Malibu Pier or something like that at Malibu Farms, and then go back home. It's super nice. I mean, you can get in. I don't know if your IDs work though, like to get into any buildings, but I mean, as long as you're there during like working hours, where I'm assuming the doors are open, like to the library, and you can study there. It's nice.
Oh,
and Wi-Fi work.
Everything is the same. Yeah,
everything's the same. It's just you're on the actual campus, which is super cool, but it's really hilly.
Oh yeah,
it's so hilly. Like, I don't get how they have actual shuttles because it's so fucking hilly.
Oh man.
And if you park on the wrong side of the building, it's a good 15-minute walk uphill.
Yeah.
And another 5-7 minutes downhill. So
I mean, I could use the exercise, so that might not be the worst thing. I don't know.
I mean, if you're planning to walk, like this is the park. So here, I'll show you guys. This is the park. You've been there, Fidel, Alumni Park. This is where they have graduation, like our graduation at.
Yeah.
Oh, that's very pretty.
Yeah. So this was taken. I took this like last year, but this is where our graduation would be. So that, and
To be honest, like I think I've gone off on this with Fidel or to Fidel, but I don't want to walk at graduation when I get my master's.
See, that's the thing. I wanted to walk if it was actually still happening in a week or in like 2 weeks. But what's the point of me walking in like 8 months? You know?
You know, for me, like I went to a friend of mine's graduation from grad school about 6 or 7 years ago now, I want to say, where he had just finished up grad school in Arizona. So I surprised him to go be at his graduation ceremony. And I kind of realized that I hate graduation ceremonies. Like, it's like a thing that like I always kind of felt, but then I kind of put two and two together and realized I felt that way. It was kind of like a dawning realization that I never want to go to another one ever. Yeah. Even if it's my own, because it's like I don't want to sit through all these like boring speeches and stuff waiting to get my pretty piece of paper.
Yeah. I was just talking about
you don't even get your pretty piece of paper because you get it like 2 months after.
Right.
You get a bootleg one.
Yeah.
No, what I was for my undergrad, it was hella funny. When we got our diplomas, like they put a piece of paper inside, and it was like literally the alumni relations, and they were telling us about ways that we can now donate.
Oh my god, it's so annoying.
Cool. Already?
Yeah, I mean, because it's a Jesuit Catholic school, so like most of their funding comes from endowments and stuff like that. But like, it was so funny because we were like, every single one of us that was around me, we like opened it up.
Oh.
You're like, what the hell? They're already asking us for money. Like half the student population doesn't even have a job yet.
I'll give you one better.
Actually, it was funny because when I graduated from my undergrad, I was missing a credit for my major, so I didn't technically graduate, but I walked. And I got like everyone else got like their diplomas or whatever. And I just got a little piece of paper in my thing that said, "Thank you for participating at commencement." And I always wanted to get that framed on my wall like it was the degree.
Yeah.
You should.
I should, but I think I lost it.
Damn.
Yeah,
it's also just to remind me it would have been a good reminder of kind of the weird nature of success. You know what I mean?
I still remember graduation. I remember graduation. But
wait, so you went to a Jesuit Catholic college?
Yeah, I went to Gonzaga up in Spokane, Washington.
Oh, okay. I feel like someone in my family went to Gonzaga, but I don't remember who.
Yeah, you really know it. You can see the only ways that you really would know the school is if you're located on the West Coast, or if you had a family member that went there, or if you were really into college basketball, because we have a really good basketball team. Pretty much the three ways that you would probably know about GU. Or if you go to a school that's in the WCC, like West Coast Conference. So like here in LA, there's Pepperdine is in West Coast Conference, LMU. We beat Pepperdine's asses in basketball this past winter. So just saying.
But did you go to Catholic school when you were in high school as well?
Yeah, all of it. Yep, all of it. Catholic school, all of it. Kindergarten all the way through, 16th grade.
Actually, I went to Catholic school most of the time. I had a year or two in public school when I was a kid, but I spent most of my time in Catholic school from K through 12. Yeah.
This is yawning. Why are you yawning?
I'm just listening. I'm just here. You know.
He doesn't care about this bullshit.
No.
I'm sorry, Tim. What was that? So you spent time in Catholic school.
Most of my education was Catholic school.
How was that experience for you?
What?
How was that experience for you?
I really enjoyed it, actually. And I think it was I think it was a good education. I liked a lot of the things I learned. I think it was a bit of a culture shock when I went to a non-denominational college after Catholic school, but whatever.
I could say the same thing. I'm grateful for the experience, and the money that my parents invested. and sending me to these schools. But I can definitely agree with you on the culture shock. For me, it's more of a culture shock when you come out of when you go out to the real world. Like since I started working and stuff like that as well, like while we're in grad school, it was a bit of a culture shock because I was always immersed in this kind of bubbly environment of Catholicism. Let's just call it that. Yeah. But then college made it a little bit easier of a transition, I would like to say, just because the cool thing about Gonzaga is that they did not enforce it at all. So like we weren't required to do any masses or anything like that. Like you can live your life the way you want to at Gonzaga, and they'll support it. But I guess the only thing that Gonzaga did make us do was take three religion classes. But then again, like the religion classes that they offered, it wasn't even like, history of Catholicism, that sort of thing, or like, like Bible study or stuff like that. It was more like I took Buddhism, I took nice. Sexual morality and religions, that sort of thing.
Really? That's
so yeah. So it was very much more so inclusive to a learning environment rather than the actual belief that the school holds, which is really nice. And that's one reason why I really liked going to Gonzaga, because they were able to create that balance of we've built this institution on the virtue and the belief that we have and we think are really good and instilled in a person, but we understand that there's people out there that don't believe the same things that we do, but we still welcome them, which is why I like more Jesuit education, which is why then again, now coming to Pepperdine, how much they gravely instill those values now. Mm-hmm. At Pepperdine is a little bit different. And so if I went to undergrad here at Pepperdine, knowing me, I probably would not have liked it. But since we're in graduate school and we're not really close tied with events at school, that sort of thing, we're not really like that anymore. It's more like we show up to class, leave, not unless you're in the ELC or something like that. And you're in a graduate student centric environment, then you won't really get that whole feel of what Pepperdine really is. But a lot of the emails that they send to us, it's pretty much if I would have seen it back then when I was an undergrad, I probably would have been whoa. Well, that's just me. That's just my take on it, obviously. And I'm not hating on Pepperdine. I love the school. I'm like I said, I'm really thankful that I'm getting my master's from here.
Yeah, same.
When you were talking about maybe when they send out those emails, Bible study emails, have you guys seen those?
Or what was it recently? The 100 Days of Prayer.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but I was so tempted to create a rule in my email and just send it straight to spam.
That one even annoyed me a little bit. It's come on, guys, it's a little too much.
Yeah, I didn't really get it. I didn't care.
I'm gonna turn on the fan real quick in my living room. It's hot. It's really hot in here.
Oh, it's a beautiful day outside.
I haven't even been outside yet. Is it hot today? Apparently it is 82 right now.
Hey Tim, what are you doing now that the quarantine life? It's been over a month. So
did I tell you about how I was painting figures and stuff?
Oh, you told me. That was it was just us, I think.
Yeah. So the dorkiest hobby that I have, and I've got a lot of dorky hobbies, is that I paint and I customize gaming scale miniatures. So, and a couple of friends of mine got me into a Ninja Turtles board game, and we bought the Kickstarter for it so that we got 4 new board games that are Ninja Turtles themed. And so I've been painting the pieces of those games. And I also, just for a change of pace, because I was getting kind of bored of them, ordered a bunch of new miniatures as well. And I've been customizing them and painting them as well. So yeah, I'm really happy with the quarantine situation. I know a lot of people are struggling a lot harder than me, but I'm just sort of indulging in a hobby that I really like, is how I'm dealing with quarantine.
How long does it take you to finish painting one of those Ninja Turtles?
I feel like I can do 1 to 3 miniatures in the course of about a night.
A night?
A night, yeah. Well, and I got a delivery of a bunch of these yesterday. So I stayed up all night, gluing some together and putting different parts on different minis and stuff like that.
That's good. So Tim has his painting miniatures, and then Josh is learning more French.
What are you doing, Fidel?
I'm doing nothing.
Oh,
Still working. You're working though, Fidel.
Yeah, I'm still working.
uh,
Yeah, I'm still working. I still have my jobs, so I stay occupied. I'm
see,
still.
I've still got my jobs, but I've just scaled back on one of them a bit. But yeah, I also feel very fortunate on that front that I've still got a lot of stability in my life. Because people don't have that right now, which is too bad.
At what point, yeah, for me, this is when I realized stuff hit the fan. Was when I went to Costco. I think it was like early March, and there was like no toilet paper, no water, no anything, and I was like, "Oh damn, this shit's actually real." When was your like, "Oh shit" moment? Because that was mine at Costco, and I was like, all I came was for like one case of water. Like that was just I wasn't like panicking. It was literally just I just want one case of water. Yeah, it was just one. I just needed one.
When you saw all of that, did you like join in on the panic buying?
I got a little nervous. That's when I was like, wait, there's literally no water. There's literally no toilet paper. There was like almost no food. No, there was still food. There was just none of those like essentials.
Right.
Like, and I was like, oh damn. Like even like the Gatorades were gone. Like everybody's talking about water and toilet paper. There was no Gatorades. There was a lot of sparkling water though. LaCroix. There's a lot of LaCroix. So I was like, as long as the world ends, I'm not going to get LaCroix, but we'll figure something out. I didn't get the LaCroix, and all I wanted was a water and a roasted chicken. I got the roasted chicken, but there was no water. That's when I was like, oh, damn, this shit's like no joke. It was like early March. So that was my moment.
For me, the moment where I was like, because up to that, I'd kind of been hearing coronavirus in the news, and I was like, whatever. It'll be like another SARS or another bird flu or something. And then the moment where I realized it was a big deal was the Wednesday where I popped open my email and it said online classes, or I'm sorry, the Wednesday where I opened up my email and it said, this Friday will be the last day of in-person classes. We're switching to online format because of the coronavirus. And I was like, oh, I guess it's serious.
Yeah.
Because it's directly affecting me.
Yeah, damn.
I remember I went to
the strip club.
I remember I went to San Diego, and then that's when everything started to like build up. Like people were starting to panic buy, and then that's when it all started to happen. But my mom would make sure like I knew about it and like knew about like what was going on, because I'm from Seattle, and so all my family's still in Seattle, and that's where the first confirmed case was for the US. So that's why it was very much it's worse there. It was way worse up there than it was here. And so I was like, oh, maybe I'll just go back home to Seattle, like to quarantine. But my mom was like, oh, just stay here, just stay here. But now it's actually a lot better up there, and now it's actually worse down here.
Dude, and the worst thing is those dumb people that are protesting. What is it, Huntington Beach?
Huntington Beach.
Oh my gosh.
Actually, there's someone in my Facebook feed who's a protester right now at City Hall, or was this past week. And she was posting a lot of like conservative news articles and stuff like that. And one of them was even like a Christian satire thing, like a Christian satire website that she had apparently posted thinking it was real. And it's like, whoa, okay. That's scary.
But, at the same, I'll welcome it. I'll welcome the debate. But, I mean, there's data out there that does support physical distancing and stuff like that, and whatever precautionary measures that people are trying to take. Well, and so be a part of the solution, not the problem. But, if that's your view on it, then that's your view on it. But, I'm going to keep doing what I'm going to do. That's where.
Mm-hmm. Well, and it's also like, it's like 60,000 people have died so far in America.
Yeah.
I don't remember. I haven't looked at the numbers.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's bad, boys.
I remember when I was my last time, I was in practic. It was my thing. I think it was the second to last day I went to my practicum site before Pepperdine released that email saying it's federal. What is it? It's prohibited for anybody to go to the practicum site. where when I was doing my notes, I was in the nursing area with the nursing staff on call right there, and I was doing my notes, and one of the nurses goes on tangent, not stereotype, but she was Chinese, and I only know that because that's what she said. She's from China, or her parents are from China, and she kept going on this tangent. We're saying people are overestimating the problem of the COVID. They're just trying to bring the Chinese people down because Americans are scared that China's going to be the new world power. And I was thinking, what does it have to do with the virus? Like, it's affecting everybody. It's not like it's not affecting the Chinese people, or it's affecting literally everybody. It was just, I don't know. She's one of those conspiracy theorists. So she was just.
I mean, she could have probably went into like defense mode too. You know?
Yeah.
It's also a race thing. It's also very much a race thing. It sucks.
Well, you've got Trump crossing out coronavirus and calling it the Wuhan virus in his speeches. So that
he called it the what?
He called it the Wuhan virus, or like the Chinese virus.
Oh yeah, I know the Chinese virus. Yeah, I heard that. I haven't heard the other one. That's bad.
Yeah. He's kind of trying to blame everyone but him for the way this is going.
I did remember seeing his speech about what is it with his hands where he goes, the China virus. Where he goes like that. And they were making fun of him. He's like, it's the China virus. It comes from China.
Well, and pretty much every day when he has a press conference, he rips into a reporter for asking a question. That's kind of, I don't mean to get political. I'm sorry.
It's fine. Let's talk. Let's. One thing was funny where I got this picture. I think I shared it with Josh, where it says you found the cure of the coronavirus. It's like then you injecting yourself with Lysol.
Oh,
Oh my god!
So I think I shared it to you, Tim. I think I sent it to you too, right?
I think you did, yeah. But which he wrote. He later said that he was being sarcastic when he said that. So the best case scenario is he was sarcastic during a national crisis where thousands of people are dying. And worst case scenario, he's actually that dumb. And he believes that, or he thought that injecting disinfectant into a human body was a good idea.
That was a good idea. Holy crap.
Either way, we're screwed with him. Either way.
Yeah. It's terrible.
So you know what's funny? One thing that I think that I'm assuming is going to be the last thing that opens up when all this mumbo jumbo's over are two things. This is just mine. I was just thinking about this right now when you were talking about this. For sure, the gym is something I don't want to get near. Even if it opens up, I don't want to be near a gym. Same. Even though I love the sauna, I can't wait for the sauna. I'm going to wait until August, September. Who knows? But the gym is one thing, and strip clubs. I think those are the two nasty things.
Oh my god! You went there. I was trying to figure out like what your second choice was going to be, because you and I talked about the gym.
Yeah.
And like how I don't want to enter a gym either when this is all over. But I was like, what the heck is his second thing that he's going to say? And then I was like, wait.
What are your two things, Tim, that you think it's not going to open right away, or you wouldn't go even if it did open up?
Like, do you mean as if it opened up this month?
Yeah.
Where I really want to go is the movies.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Josh told me about this yesterday.
Yeah, I read an article where they were like, it was like the very beginning of quarantine. It was like back in March, but I wonder how people would think if they were to like bring back like drive-ins.
Oh no, drive-ins are making a comeback because of this.
Yeah.
Even just huge movie theaters, with like their own, not the ones that are located in a mall, but the ones that are standstill and the ones that are located in, in their own lot with a huge parking lot. I think they'd be able to pull that off.
No. That is happening. I know. I have a friend who went to the drive-in or two ago. Double feature of Temple of Doom and Last Crusade, she said. I think drive-ins are making a comeback right now. Are making a comeback right now. There's actually also, on a slightly unrelated note, there's a really good documentary on Prime called At the Drive-In about a drive-in in Pennsylvania that runs on volunteer work. And that's really good. If you need a nice, heartwarming documentary.
Oh, that's nice. What's it called again?
At the Drive-In.
At the Drive-In.
It's on Prime, I think.
It's in Seattle. In Seattle, there's a drive-in that we go to, or it's like an hour outside of Seattle. You have to take a ferry or something like that. But
actually, it's interesting because they're also speculating that even after everything opens up again, movie theaters might just not come back because people like to watch things at home and on Netflix and shit like that.
We've gotten so used to a digital world, especially now, that it's kind of become the new normal. Like people are like, I did the right thing, and I bought a movie off of Amazon about 2 weeks ago rather than going somewhere else.
Dark.
Well, I mean, it was probably one of my more favorite movies, especially it's Marvel. So,
what movie was it?
It was Spider-Man: Far From Home. I hadn't watched it yet, and so I remember I really enjoyed the first one, and then I watched Avengers, all that stuff, Avengers like the Endgame and Infinity War and Captain Marvel, and then I just remember I was like, wow, I haven't watched Spider-Man yet, like the second one. It's almost been it's been a few months. So I was like, all right, well, this is the perfect time to catch up. Definitely one of my favorite movies so far. But
I love Homecoming. Like I also bought it. Far From Home. Sorry. I said Homecoming. Far From Home. That's the Far From Home one is the one where they call the night monkey, right, or something like that.
That's the one with Mysterio.
Far From Home is Mysterio.
Oh, okay. Yeah, in the UK.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they call him the night monkey, Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I remember I saw like an interview with Tom Holland.
You're also talking to like the biggest Spider-Man fan on the planet right here. So just so you know.
Good. I remember like Tom Holland had the guy who plays Spider-Man or Peter Parker. I remember he had like an interview and he was saying how like it was interesting how Spider-Man, when he filmed Spider-Man Homecoming, it was filmed in the US because he's from the UK, he's from London. He filmed it like it was called Spider-Man Homecoming, but he was like 1,000 miles away from home. But then when they filmed Spider-Man Far From Home, they filmed it like 20 minutes outside of his apartment, but they called it Far From Home.
It's just that's cool.
that I knew he was British and everything, but that never occurred to me.
Yeah, right. Yeah, he was like, yeah, we were filming like 20 minutes outside of my flat, but they called it Far From Home.
That's a neat fact right there.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely enjoyed it. It was a great, not to get all nerdy with MCU, but I think it was the best way that they could kind of bring in phase 4, honestly, of MCU. Turning everything into tech, going into like a more technological age rather than like the fantasy world of Marvel, like, Guardians of the Galaxy, all that good stuff. Bringing it into a kind of a more tech age, I think will be really interesting. I don't know what your guys' input.
Well, I feel like if we're getting full on nerd right now, I feel like started more tech based because it was Iron Man and and the more like science fiction based characters, and then it started to get like more whimsical and fantasy-ish when you had like Thor and Doctor Strange in there. True.
So you're kind of re-entering back into that phase.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I definitely, I really enjoyed that.
I'm not super excited about any of the Marvel movies that are coming out though, that are scheduled. You know what I mean?
Like Black Widow or?
No, like I'm not like a huge Black Widow fan, so I'm kind of indifferent about that. I of course want to see the next Spider-Man movie, but like when
what about like Guardians of the Galaxy?
I really like the first one, and the second one, and I guess I'll watch the third one. But like, again, it's not a movie I'm hyping up, though.
Yeah, it's not. It's never been like it's been wishy-washy. It's like, yeah, it was good, but it wasn't like full on like, oh my,
The only thing they have scheduled that I think I'm really excited to see this character again is Blade, and that will just be interesting. I like fires and shit like that.
Blade, I forgot. Blade was one of the original ones.
Yeah, like that was one of the first movies that was based on a comic book that actually was successful. It was an R-rated comic book movie with a black lead, and everyone forgot that those three things could be successful. and it acted like it was a novelty whenever there was an R-rated comic book movie or a comic book movie with a black lead or whatever. My roommate just fought with it.
Superman.
What?
Superman.
Oh, stop it, you. That was James. James is lovely. Okay. Well, I was talking about God. Now I'm going to have like a 20-minute argument with my roommate about comic book movies.
Like I love like the Punisher. Like who else? I was a big fan. Iron Man. When growing up, and I used to read the comics and watch the cartoon on channel 5 early in the morning.
Yeah, I kind of wish they had gone the route of the comic books and dealt more like closely with Tony Stark having substance abuse problems. But they kind of steered away from that, which I thought was too bad, since that would have been an interesting way to take the character, you know what I mean?
Probably because it's Disney.
Yeah, well, I mean, it wasn't Disney.
It's not Disney. I mean,
yeah,
I feel like Disney can can tell those kinds of stories. I would think so, you know?
You're right.
There's like the difference between like Disney Channel, you know, and like Walt Disney, like the Walt Disney Company. And yeah, I would love to work for Disney one day. I would love to work for Disney one day.
What would you be doing?
I mean, I'm probably talent acquisition. I mean, I worked in talent acquisition, so it's probably the best thing I can do.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I'm a recruiter, but like my company right now, like I'm currently on LOA, but yeah, I enjoy it. I would love to go into more of the entertainment industry, though. I know it's really hard to get into.
Actually, it's interesting. I just got, in January of this year, I just got a job working with an independent film studio that I'm really excited about. And so I'm like, and I'm actually kind of unsure what I'm going to do with my master's once I get.
Yeah, Tim, definitely. We're definitely on the same boat then. I mean, like I went into it thinking like, okay, so I'm pretty sure I kind of want to get a PsyD or a PhD after this, but then I started working more with HR and business, and I've really gotten more interested on the business side. So I'm glad that I'm getting the MEP, because that way I can swing it in whatever way, shape, or form that I want. But yeah, what are your thoughts on kind of? Can you elaborate a little bit more about kind of what?
Yeah, I tell this to pretty much everybody, but like the reason I decided, I may have even mentioned this on the previous podcast I was on, but I was a theater major in my undergrad, and I came out to LA to do the acting thing. And the reason I decided to get a master's in psychology was I wanted something that I felt like built on being an actor and having a theater degree, while also giving me new job opportunities that would allow me to not be a pizza boy by the time I'm 40. And so it was just, I wanted like a more satisfying kind of grown-up day job that would, just be more beneficial and help people, but also enhance what the other things I still wanted to pursue. And then I got this new job, which, it's a pretty small operation at this stage and all that, but I feel really excited about it, and I really like the prospects that it kind of offers. So I'm a little uncertain what I'm going to do when I finish up at Pepperdine, because like I'm far enough in that I feel like it would be dumb not to get the master's.
Yeah.
I kind of envision a scenario where I just finish up, get my master's, and then kind of put it in my back pocket for a rainy day and try to work for this studio. But I don't know. Or maybe I do a double life where I work as a therapist and also work for an indie film studio. I don't know.
That'd be dope.
Congratulations, by the way. I know we talked about this outside the podcast, but congrats to that position.
Yeah. Thank you.
You work for Pixar, right?
Honestly, I'm not going to mention the name just because I want to keep
That's fine. Though.
Entertainment live separate.
Yeah. No, don't worry. We never mentioned job titles or names, so don't worry about it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Also,
especially since I previously talked shit about my employer.
That's Josh for you.
I mean, I just talked crap about our school today, so.
So what exactly do you mind talking about what you do at this position, at this indie film?
it's run out of my boss's house at the moment.
That's even better.
So I do like half of my job is like assistant stuff where I do research and make coffee and stuff like that. And then I also do writer stuff where I, go over scripts with them and write things. And yeah, so, it's very exciting for me. I really enjoy the work. It's a really fun group of people to work with.
That's good. That's always important.
Yeah.
Good team, no matter how small or big you are,
Yeah.
A team environment, that organizational collaboration.
Yeah.
In my mind, this is just me because I've never worked in an environment like that. But the way I picture is like you're in the writer's room and it's just a whole bunch of people. What's funny? And then you just try to put out what's funny things out there. I don't know what the premise is or what's a serious topic. You start brainstorming. Everybody's just all serious. That's just me in my little head. That's how I picture things. Like when I picture Tim at work. What's funny today, guys? What's funny? Let's write about that funny.
See, but I'm one of those people, I think I'm funny by accident. Like, I'm never intentionally funny. Or, like, I am intentionally funny sometimes, but, like, a lot of my big laughs are, like, just me being it's some dumb thing I said that someone thought was, like, hilarious. Like, I was at work the other day, and I was on the phone with a customer, and they were like, "Oh, I'm trying to figure out how to tip this driver." And I was like, "Oh, okay. What order number was it?" Or no, what I said was, "Do you have your receipt? It probably has the name of the driver on there." And he goes, "Oh, yes, it was Timothy Lang." And I'm like, "Oh, that was me. How funny!" But one of my coworkers, actually, like 3 of my coworkers overheard me do that on the phone, and they all started laughing. And I'm like, why is that funny? I don't get it.
That is funny. It's just coincidence.
Quarantine, man.
Well, wait, Josh, I don't think we heard the things that you don't want to go back to when the quarantine lifts.
Oh, that's right.
The gym is obviously one of them, and then work. No. I do want to go back to work. I'm getting kind of bored on this LOA, but I don't know, just having to go places. Like the one thing, a mall. I do not want to go near a mall at all for some reason. It's just, oof.
Oh, that's fair.
But the gym is definitely one of them. Yeah, I thought about like the mall and stuff, and there's just a lot of people there, and I don't know. But
I've never been big on malls myself.
But like only whenever I like would really need to. I'm also a big sucker for Cinnabon.
Oh, really?
You only get Cinnabon, like true Cinnabon in a mall. Bizarre, and so like that's the only reason why I really go to a mall is to get Cinnabon.
Dude, I forgot about Cinnabons, dude. The little ones.
I grew up eating that. I love cinnamon rolls.
Yeah,
cinnamon rolls and donuts. Like those are my number one desserts. Like
I'm a cake fan.
My birthday is December 8th, so donut cake, down for it. Cinnamon roll cake, down for it.
Oh my god! Oh,
you
ever have mini cinnamon or cinnamon roll things for breakfast? Those are great.
Yeah, they're so. Oh god.
I missed that. I totally forgot about that. They're actually really nice and warm. They make them there.
They make them like in person.
Oh my gosh, that sounds good right now, actually.
What are people's plans? What are everyone's plans for the rest of the week?
I need to get a pop socket for my phone today. And then the rest of the week, I don't really have plans. Oh, see, you got a pop socket. You scallywag.
It's funny. We had a project to do, a therapy mock sessions, and me and Tim, kind of made it pirate themed, where each section we would say something piratey, like a pirate.
Here's the thing, though.
Class.
The other people
Oh my god.
don't talk about professors by name in this class.
I'll edit her name out. Don't worry.
No, here's the thing. I wrote my section very piratey with a lot of pirate jokes, but everyone else kind of forgot when they wrote theirs. So there was only one section that was really piratey, which was too bad. And I didn't want to make a big deal of it because, like that's not the important thing. But I was like, oh, the pirate jokes were missing out.
Yeah, it was with Greg. Greg had the whole... No, it was like 3 sections because it was 5 sections.
Well, and at one stage, we kind of threw out there that maybe the presenting problem of the clients is that they can't get their child to stop talking like a pirate. But we felt like that would not go over well.
Not with her.
I had that instructor after you guys, so
she's good. I like her.
I like her too.
Oh man, what are you guys doing the rest of the day?
Actually, I'm gonna hang out with my son right now. He wants to watch scary YouTube videos, which sometimes I'm not the biggest fan of, because then I start tripping out, because then I start thinking about random stuff. And then I start having nightmares.
I might be going to Santa Ana for this social distance dinner thing. I don't know. We'll see. I really I've been trying to stick to my roots of just being in quarantine and being at home, but it's such a beautiful day outside that I'm just okay, if I just take the precautions that I need to take, then I'll hopefully be okay. But at the same time, do I really want to drive down to Orange County right now?
Stay home, be safe.
I know.
Well, I want to paint a bunch of the figures I've assembled, but I've got other stuff I need to do too, so I'm probably not gonna for a day or two.
Damn, guys, this podcast went pretty quick, actually. It's already 4:00.
Well, it was really fun, guys. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. I want to thank you for coming up again via Zoom. Joshy Boy for leading host.
All right, guys. Well, it was great having good conversations. Let's definitely do it again. But stay safe, stay quarantined, stay sane. I don't know what else to say.
Until next time, everybody.
All right. Until next time.
Peace.